Okay, back to Like a Slow Burning Fire. I'll be reading chapter 22. It's called McDonald's. After I open the envelope from Newfoundland, I call Hopper and he says, "Right on, dude, that's great. Now you got to find a place to live." And I say, "Yeah, I'll figure something out." And then Hopper tells me that the other day he was at Shake and he ran into our pal Steve, who's a DJ at CKCU. Hopper says Steve invited us to guest DJ with him tomorrow at midnight, which means we'd get a chance to choose the records and intro them on air. I tell Hopper, "Sounds great. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 10 so we can grab something to eat. It's going to be a long night." I get to Hopper's suburban house where he lives with his mom and his two little sisters a little before 10. He's waiting in the driveway as usual. He gets in the car and I ask what he feels like, and he says, "How about McDonald's? The one at Hogsback. It's on the way." And I say, "Sounds good." We walk into McDonald's and the place is almost empty. We both order McChicken combos, and the girl says it'll take a few minutes. "If you want to sit down, I'll bring it to you." And I say, "That's okay, we'll wait." We're leaning against the wall with the newspapers when two guys about our age walk in. They're wearing green army pants and black army boots, but that's it, no shirts. The first guy is tall and built, with short blonde hair cut close to the scalp. The second guy is a little shorter and stocky with the same haircut, but dark. The no-shirt guys are almost at the counter when the girl who took our order turns around and heads into the back. She returns with a young woman who tells the guys, "Sorry, fellas, but if you want to be served, you're going to have to put shirts on." The first guy says, "Whoops," in a loud, stupid voice, then laughs like an idiot and says, "Be right back with our shirts on." The two idiots leave, and a minute later they come back in wearing plain white t-shirts. The tall buzz cut guy goes to the counter, and the girl asks if she can take his order. He places his hands on the edge of the counter and leans forward. In a slow, stupid drawl, he says, "I'd like a McFat chick burger." "I'm sorry?" the girl says. "Do you mean a McChicken?" "No, I mean a McFat chick burger," he says. The girl tilts her head, squints her eyes, and looks at him. "Just give me a quarter pounder," he says. He looks over at his asshole buddy, who's laughing like a drunk idiot. "Quarter pounder," she says. "Would you like to make it a meal?" "Yeah, that's why I'm here," he says, "for a meal." Hopper looks at me, shakes his head, and under his breath whispers, "Assholes." As he says it, he nods his head toward the two guys, and in that instant, asshole number one looks over at us. "You say something?" he says. "What?" Hopper says. "No, didn't say anything." "Oh, because I thought I heard you say something. Were you talking to me?" "No, I wasn't talking to you," Hopper says. "I thought you didn't fucking say anything," he says. The girl puts our orders on a tray. I pick it up and we walk to the back. I choose a table where we won't be able to see these two assholes, and we sit down. I go to unwrap my McChicken, and I see that my hands are shaking. I look over at Hopper, and he seems fine. "Dude," I say, "let's pound this back and get the fuck out of here. Those assholes, we don't need any bullshit tonight." "Those two idiots?" Hopper says. "We're McDonald's. What are they going to do? Let's just make this quick and fucking get out of here." My heart's racing, and I know something's brewing. I can feel it in my bones. I want to say to Hopper, "Let's just take our food and boot it to the car," but he seems calm and cool, so I don't say anything. We're almost done eating when I look over Hopper's shoulder and see asshole number one round the corner and walk toward us. I look at Hopper, nod my head towards the asshole, and say, "Here we go." Fuck. Asshole number one walks up to us, puts his hands on the edge of the table, and leans forward. I put my hands on my knees and squeeze hard. "Hey, fuckface," he says to Hopper. Hopper looks up. "Listen," he says, "nobody wants any trouble. We're leaving. So why don't you just go back to your buddy over there and..." "Who says he's my buddy? You think we're buddies? Like we're faggots or something? You calling me a fucking faggot? Hey, fuckface?" He takes two fingers and slaps Hopper on the cheek. "I didn't call you anything," Hopper says. Asshole number one reaches out to Hopper with his two fingers and slaps him again, but harder. "Yeah? So I guess you didn't call me an asshole either, did you? Because I thought I heard you call me an asshole. So what is it? Am I a faggot or an asshole? Hey, I say, listen, we're not looking for any trouble tonight. Why don't you just go do your thing and be on your way? Nobody wants any grief. Who asked you, bitch? He says. Maybe you should shut your fucking mouth. Or do you want me to shut it for you? You want that? You want that, bitch? He puts his right arm up and reaches out to bitch slap me on the left side of my face, but I whip my arm up and bat his hand away. Oh, you're fucking asking for it, bitch, he says. You fucking little faggot. I'm gonna kick your faggoty ass. I told you. I say, we're not looking for any trouble. Why don't you guys call it a night? What are you doing here? We want nothing to do with it, man. This whole thing, it's a bad idea. My heart is racing, but my voice is even and clear. A bad idea, says asshole number one. I'm going to give you a bad idea, you fucking little bitch-ass faggot. Right then, asshole number two turns the corner and struts over to our table. He looks at me and points his index finger in my face. You're mine, motherfucker, he says. You're fucking dead, pussy. Fucking gonna kick your ass, you pussy-ass faggot, bitch. Asshole number one looks at Hopper. I'll see you in the parking lot, fuckface, he says. And asshole number two points at me and says, mine, motherfucker. You're fucking mine, bitch. The two assholes turn away and walk out the side door to the parking lot. I look at Hopper. His eyes are wide. Listen, I say, I'm going to go to the car for a second. Then I'm going to head over to those fuckheads. When you see me walking over to them, just come on out, like to the parking lot towards the car, but don't do anything. Just be cool. Hopper nods, and I go out the front door and walk to my car. I look to my left and see the two assholes in the parking lot in their stupid t-shirts and army pants standing there laughing and being assholes. As I open the car door, I see Hopper get up from the table, go over to the side door, open it, and walk into the parking lot. I reach down, feel under the driver's seat, and grab my tire iron. I lift my arm with the tire iron high above my head and run through the parking lot straight for asshole number one. I run up to him, waving the tire iron like a madman, and yell, you want to fucking fight, asshole? Come on, you fucker, let's go. I'll take your fucking head off. And then I swing that tire iron as hard as I can at the asshole's head. And in that moment, I'm not sure what I'm swinging at. To avoid getting his face smashed in by a madman wielding a tire iron, the asshole jumps back, loses his footing, slips, and falls back on his ass. He's lying on the pavement with his arms bent, shielding his face. I move toward him, bend down, and hover over him. I lift the tire iron high in the air and scream in his face, you fucking want it, asshole, you fucking want it. I stand over him with the tire iron in my right hand above my head, waiting for a signal from my brain to release and cut through the air and smash this fucker's head in. Come on, get up, motherfucker. I'll end your fucking life, you fucking piece of shit. Make one move and I'll fucking kill you. I take a step back and give him just enough room to scramble to his feet and run to his car, where asshole number two retreated at the first sight of the tire iron. They get into their car, peel out of the parking lot, and head west down Meadowlands Drive. I stand in the middle of the parking lot with the tire iron in my right hand, and I'm shaking. I look at Hopper, and for the first time since I've known him, I see terror in his eyes. Without saying a word, we walk to the car and get in. I put the tire iron back under the driver's seat, start the car, and drive away. The drive to Carlton is short. I take it slow and steady, and I don't hit play on the tape deck. We're going over the Hogsback Bridge when Hopper says to me, holy shit, that was fucking crazy. Yeah, I say, Jesus. Let's forget the DJ thing tonight. I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, no, forget it, Hopper says. I could use a beer, though. Maybe Roosters? Sure. I park in the St. Pat's lot and we walk to CKCU and tell Steve something came up. We can't do it tonight. He says, no worries, another time. And then we head over to Roosters Pub, which is a quick walk from CKCU. We settle into a table and order 2 large drafts, and the guy asks for ID. Hopper shows his, and when I go to pull my license out of my wallet, it falls to the floor, and all this stuff comes out. I pick up my library card and my Blockbuster card, and I see that my hands are still shaking. Our beers come, and Hopper takes a long drink, and so do I. Man, he says, that was fucking nuts. I mean, what was with those guys? Jesus, I just thought, he looks right at me, and I look into his eyes and see tears. Not streaming, not even falling, just there in his eyes. Yeah, I say, dude, what's going on? That pickup fucker and now these two assholes? I don't know, Hopper says. I really don't fucking know. After we finish our beers, we get up and walk to the St. Pat's lot. The air is thick and still. We get in the car, and I hit play on the tape deck. Tom Petty's voice comes out, sweet and soft, singing about how it'll all work out. The drive down Highway 16 to Hopper's house is dark and desolate. There's no moonlight showing us the way tonight, just a black, deserted 2-lane highway. I put the high beams on. We get to Hopper's house. As we pull into the driveway, he undoes his seatbelt and looks over at me. I put the car in park. Hey, I say, let's keep this quiet, eh? Just put it behind us. Yeah, dude, he says, for sure. He nods, and I nod. See you, brother. I say, yeah, he says, see ya. I back out of Hopper's driveway, and as I shift the car into drive, I reach under the seat and feel the cold metal of the tire iron. I press my foot down on the gas and put my Mustang and myself in motion. At the end of Hopper Street, I come to a 4-way intersection. There isn't a car in sight, but still, I come to a full stop and pause for a moment. I feel a slight tremor in the steering wheel. I take a deep breath and make sure the way is clear. I press my foot down on the gas and drive away from the suburban neighborhood where Hopper lives with his mother and his 2 little sisters. And that's the end of chapter 22.